In the humid haze of a Chicago summer, David Kessler's life revolved around One Direction with a fervor that bordered on mania. His apartment in Logan Square had walls plastered with posters of Harry, Liam, Neil, Louis, and Zayn. Shelves groaning under the weight of vinyls, signed merch, and bootleg concert DVDs. He wore band tees so faded they were nearly transparent, ate only the pizza and Skittles the band had once endorsed in interviews, and mimicked their accents in casual conversation, much to the annoyance of his coworkers at the coffee shop. At 27, David had no identity outside the band. One Direction wasn't just music, it was his religion. On a sticky July night in 2023, David stumbled into the Velvet Room, a bar known for its open mic nights. A woman named Mia Delgado took the stage, her dark curls bouncing as she gripped the microphone. Mia launched into a shaking rendition of What Makes You Beautiful. Her voice cracked in the high notes, and she fumbled the lyrics, giggling through her mistakes. The crowd clapped politely, but David's face twisted in disgust. To him, this was blasphemy. "That was an insult. She's butchering it." He muttered to no one, his hands clenched into fists. Mia, oblivious, finished her set and stepped off the stage. David watched her. He didn't approach her that night, but her face burned into his mind. Over the next few days, David's fixation grew. He found Mia's Instagram, scrolling through photos of her at karaoke nights, laughing with friends, or posing at Lake Michigan. He learned her routines: morning jogs in Humboldt Park, shifts at a law firm downtown, drinks at the Velvet Room on Fridays. He started following her, always at a distance, his hoodie pulled low. Mia never noticed the shadow trailing her through the city. One humid evening, as Mia walked home from the L train, David made his move. He'd rented a van, claiming it was for a work errand. As Mia passed an alley, he grabbed her, his hand clamping over her mouth. She thrashed, her nails raking his arm, but he was stronger. He shoved her into the van, zip-tied her wrists, and drove to an abandoned warehouse in Pilsen, a place he'd scouted weeks earlier. Inside, he locked Mia in a windowless room. "You disrespected them. You don't get to sing their songs like that." Mia, her knees bruised from the struggle, glared up at him.
"What the hell are you talking about? Let me go, you psycho!"
David ignored her, leaving her in darkness. For days, he withheld food, giving her only sips of water. Mia's body weakened, her stomach gnawing itself, but her mind stayed sharp, fueled by anger. She memorized the sounds outside, the hum of a distant traffic, the creak of the warehouse door. She vowed to survive. On the 5th day, David returned, dragging a speaker into the room. "You need to understand. You need to feel them like I do." He blasted One Direction's entire discography at a volume that rattled the walls. The bass thumped through Mia's chest, the treble piercing her skull. She screamed, her voice lost in the cacophony, her ears ringing with pain. For hours it went on. Harry's solos, Neil's guitar riffs, Louis's high notes, until Mia's head throbbed and her vision blurred. She curled into a ball, sobbing, her body shaking from hunger and exhaustion.
Quick break. My new channel Broccoli Animations is now live. I'm posting new full-length videos there daily. Time to join me there. Link in bio.
Please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect them. I'll never sing their songs again. I promise. Just please let me go.
David stared at her, his face softening. "You get it now. You see how perfect they are." He untied her, drove her to a deserted street, and let her stumble out of the van. Mia collapsed on the sidewalk, her body frail but her mind alight with fury. She didn't go to the police. Fear and shame kept her silent, but she wasn't done. Mia spent weeks recovering. She'd always been resourceful, a woman who clawed her way through a tough childhood in Pilsen. She wasn't about to let some fanboy break her. She started digging, using her paralegal skills. She tracked David through public records, finding his address and workplace. She staked him out, blending into the coffee shop crowd, watching him steam milk and rant about One Direction to bored customers. She hacked his social media, uncovering his obsessive posts. She found that he used to stalk other women who disrespected the band. Mia realized she wasn't his first victim, just the first to escape. She'd ruined David, but not with fists or guns. She'd used his obsession against him. She enlisted her friend Carla, a bartender at the Velvet Room with a knack for flirting her way into secrets. Carla cozied up to David at the coffee shop, her smile disarming.
Hey, you're into One Direction, right?
Carla purred one day, leaning over the counter.
I heard there's this secret fan event downtown. Super exclusive. You in?
David's eyes lit up. Seriously? Where?
Private venue. I can get you the address, but it's hush-hush. You gotta keep quiet.
He nodded eagerly, oblivious to the trap. Carla texted him a location, an abandoned loft in the West Loop, rented under a fake name. Mia had set the stage, dim lights, One Direction posters, and a sound system that rigged to play a single track on loop. She'd also hired a crew, 2 women from her old neighborhood, tough and loyal, who'd do anything for a cut of the cash she'd saved. On the night of the event, David arrived, his One Direction tee glowing under the loft's black lights. The room was empty, except for a single chair and a speaker. He frowned, confused. Carla, you here? The door slammed shut, and Mia stepped from the shadows. David froze, recognition dawning. You, he whispered. Yeah, me. Sit down, David. He tried to run, but her crew emerged, Luz with a baseball bat, Rosa with a knife and a taser. They forced him into the chair, zip-tying his wrists. Mia leaned close, her breath hot on his face. You thought you could break me? You're gonna learn what that feels like. She hit play, and Taylor Swift's Anti-Hero blared at deafening volume. The same torturous level he'd used on her. David squirmed, his face contorting as the music assaulted his ears. Mia watched, her heart racing with a mix of vengeance and thrill. She let it play for an hour, his pleas drowned out, before stopping the music. Feel familiar? That's just the start. Over the next few hours, Mia's crew toyed with him. Luz dangled her bat near his knees. Rosa traced her knife along his arm, never breaking skin but close enough to make him sweat. Big tough fanboy, huh? Scared now? Mia didn't touch him. She didn't need to. Her presence was enough, her gaze ablaze. David felt the same helplessness she had, but she wasn't like him. She wouldn't kill or maim. She wanted him to live with the fear. Finally, she knelt in front of him, her face inches from his. Here's how this goes. You're gonna leave Chicago, disappear. If I ever see you again or hear about you stalking anyone else, I'll find you. And next time, I won't be so nice. David nodded frantically, tears streaming down his face. I swear I'll go. I'm sorry, Mia. I'm so sorry. She cut his ties, and her crew shoved him toward the door. Run, Mia said. He did, vanishing into the night.